Hey, M Bones here. Here's a quick rundown of the M&P 9. It's kind of a sort of update video, a replacement video of a video I did earlier, which had great content, but the video itself sucked. So let's see what we can do here with this one. Now, this gun is probably the main competitor to, say, the Glock 19, Glock 17. And for good reason. I say it's just as good. And that those two guns are sitting at the top of the heap when it comes to, say, duty pistols. That the average guy is going to want to go out and purchase. There are some guns that, there's some offerings from SIG that are twice as much. And there's some, there's 1911s, but to get a good one, it's twice as much. So when it comes to the polymer framed, kind of combat handguns, it's really Glock and Smith & Wesson that are really kind of setting the bar for everyone else to kind of build a gun to. And then you have some, that are pretty close to being as good, like the Springfield XDs and stuff. Now, why? Why is this gun, worth your time, worth your money? Well, I would bet my life on this gun. I've had it for a couple of months now. I've put 700 rounds through it, and I'm more than confident that when I pull the trigger, it's going to go off. And it's dependable, it's reliable, it's accurate, all the things that Glock is. But and it's got a ton of variants out there, not as many as Glock does. Glock seems to have a size or a gun for just about anyone. But the M&P, it comes in 9mm, 40, 45, your basics. And then you have a pro model that's got a longer barrel. You got a compact model that's got a shorter barrel. You've got a VTAC edition that's a different color. It's got better sights on it. And so you have plenty of choices. This is the regular full-size M&P 9. And I dig it. And I dig it. As soon as I saw the way it looked, I was like, I have to have that gun. That's my next pistol. And, I was happy. It's as good as it is. It's as good as it looks. And let's talk about some of the reasons why it's that good. Well, in just the design alone, there are some features like a huge tang here. It's got great traction here if you have to rack around. And your hands are, wet or bloody, you get a lot of positive traction here. The sights here, you see that little step right there. You can rack around off your belt, off a boot, off a counter. You got a loaded chamber indicator that actually works. As you can see, this is unloaded. You have a true set of rail up here that you're going to be able to mount pretty much any type of light or laser or light laser combo, and it's comfortable. This thing is where Glock said we have a great firearm, comfort's not a concern. Smith & Wesson came in and said we have a great firearm and we're going to make it comfortable. And they put a lot of research into the grip angle and the grip itself. You can see the contour right here. Well, you twist this little piece in the bottom here, and you pull it out. Let's see if I can. You twist it a quarter turn, pull it out. I'm not going to do it now, and this will slide off, and you have two other choices. You have a large, and you have a small, and then the medium is on the gun. Right now, so it's going to fit pretty much any size hand, and I think that's a really great feature, and it is one of the ones that was a selling point with my wife. So if you have a wife and you're trying to convince her to let you buy another gun, hey honey, this is one that'll fit your hand too. And and it's ambidextrous. It's got ambidextrous slide locks here, and they work. And I shoot. I'm shoot pistol left-handed. I'm a lefty, and I love this gun. You flip over the magazine release is reversible, which has some issues that I'm gonna get into at the end of this video. So, but if you're a lefty, hands down, M&P 9. There's no other choice, and it's made in the USA, which is very important to some people. So, you know, it's just a great gun, and I recommend it. There are a couple things that are not so great with the gun, and one of them is the trigger. The trigger actually has a really mushy reset, and that really bugs the hell out of some people, and it should. But once you practice with it, once you get good with it, it's really not a hindrance. I don't find it to be a hindrance in how accurate I shoot or how fast I shoot. But it does take a little bit of time to kind of get get good with. Another one is there are reports that some of the guns that Smith & Wesson was putting out, the front sight was coming loose. Well, they'll fix it, and you won't have that problem again. It hasn't happened to me. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard it, so I thought I'd pass it on. Oh, one other pro. This gun is super easy to take down and clean. I'm not going to do it here, but basically relatively the same as, you know, SIG or Glock. It's the same amount of pieces. It breaks down real simple, and it's really easy to maintain. Now, on to if you're a lefty. If you're a lefty and you buy this gun, when you change the mag release from a right-handed, you know, a position for a right-handed shooter to a position for a left-handed shooter, there's fitting issues with the magazines, and it happened to all four of the ones I have, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be an issue with all of them. These little windows in the magazine, that's where the magazine release locks the magazine into place. Now, when it's for right-handed shooters, there's no issue. This rounded portion of the follower just slides right by. When you switch it over to left-handed for a left-handed shooter, this portion right here of the follower actually gets caught up in this window, and then will stop feeding rounds into the chamber, obviously. So what you have to do is you have to get out a file. I just popped out the file on my Leatherman and carefully filed this and rounded this corner just enough so that it would no longer catch. And once I did that, I haven't had one issue. The gun fired every round that was fed into the chamber. And I fired the first 200 rounds without cleaning, without doing anything. I just took it out of the box and took it to the range. And the next 500 rounds, you know, I cleaned it with frog lube, and then went 500 rounds without one problem. And I haven't cleaned it, and I'm not going to. And we'll see how long it runs. And I'll be posting updates periodically, but I don't see any issues with this gun. It's as solid and dependable and reliable as the Glocks, and it's breathing down Glock's neck for a reason. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'm out.